r/AskReddit, people who had one baby and then decided never again. What happened? I'm so sorry, I hope things get better. We both nearly died in childbirth, didn't fancy doing that again. She then didn't sleep for more than 3 hours for the next 5 years. Oh, and no family support whatsoever. Fuck doing all that again. Are we the same person? I'm really curious. How did you both almost die? Edit. So 15 hours later, the edibles have worn off, and I now realize this was about mom and baby, not mom and dad. My sister was going to have a second baby, but he passed away while in the womb. And from there she decided never again. And is just raising my nephew. An old friend had a habit of having seizures. A seizure made her lose a baby. After that she wanted her tubes tied as she felt she wasn't fit to be carrying a baby. She died a few years ago from a seizure, so she would have left roughly a 10-year-old parent less. I kind of respect her decision now. One and done. We don't live near any family and are in a HCOL area. One kid means we can go on fun vacations. I also had a traumatic birth and still remember that doctor telling me to not let this impact my decision on future kids. My kid is great. She calls our dog her sister. I call the dog my other toddler. The first year of sleep deprivation absolutely wreaked me. I swore never again. I was up all night long, no sleep, felt like a zombie, got terrible anxiety and depression, always worried about my child. We tried to have a second a couple of years later, casually tried. I must have developed secondary infertility, but looking back, it's for the best. My sister had an exceptionally difficult pregnancy that nearly killed her. Her doctor told her a second pregnancy would be even riskier. I had a 4th-degree tear and then an RVF and then correctional surgery, pelvic floor therapy, PPA, and other general anxiety that wasn't so bad until I had a kid. I'd rather be alive and well for one than not around for two. I'm pregnant with our first and only. I loathe being pregnant and never want to do this again. I remember being halfway through my pregnancy and my mill kept going on about how perfect and wonderful it was to be pregnant, and I remember thinking to myself, what a load of shit. I got postpartum preeclampsia and was hospitalized for 3 days a week after my baby was born. I almost had HELLP. And I had to see a cardiologist because they thought I might have had postpartum cardiomyopathy. So, never again. I don't have children, but I am an only child and I absolutely loved it. I don't understand why only children / one and done families sometimes get judged so hard. I really think it can be one of the best family dynamics. Obviously there are downsides, just like with everything, but I have zero complaints and never wanted a sibling. If you're feeling bad about wanting to be one and done, don't. My daughter, who is about to turn 12, has been telling me for years she is glad she doesn't have siblings. Thank you for this, it's incredibly reassuring. We always knew we would have only one. Being pregnant sucked, he ended up being premature and then there was a whole other stuff because he was premature. I knew I always wanted one kid. Can't afford to have a second and I had bad postpartum. I'm at a good place in my life and I feel if I have another kid, I would be miserable. I'm happy with one. I had placenta previa and bled 4 times before having to stay at the hospital for the remainder of my pregnancy. That lasted about 4 days because I bled 2 more times and had to have a section at almost 31 weeks. Baby was in the NICU growing, no medical issues thank God, for 7 weeks. I'd rather not try again. We're happy with one and we don't have room in our house for another. That's why I am an only child. My mom was so tiny and already had medical issues. Got cheated on when baby was 5 months old. Dealing with this right now. I wish you all the support and happiness. It's actually so fucking difficult, even with plenty of finances and support. From pregnancy to birth to baby phase, fuck me. We're 6.5 months in and we're happy, not doing that again. Well, it was twins. Also, they were born at 25 weeks and spent 6 months in the hospital. Never again. They're doing good now, totally toddler terrorists. Our closest friends had one kid. The wife told my wife her husband didn't help at all, so she avoids sleeping with him because he wants another. What a toxic way to live. That poor woman. Well, nothing happened. I have always been on the fence on how many kids I'd want to have. 1, maybe 2, that was always the thought. I had one and felt that was enough and I am happy. Spouse has 2 children and he also feels he is content. So there's no need to have more. We almost lost our son at 4 weeks. He's 13 now but his kidneys are already on their way out. He doesn't deserve such bad luck. We couldn't risk another poorly child so we called it at 1. Being pregnant sucks. I had a healthy pregnancy, but it's just physically difficult to get through. That scenario happened to me. It was really scary, and we were lucky we both came out okay. Doctors told me I might not be so lucky next time. Morning sickness, wanted to be able to travel easily with my child, wanted to be a mom but didn't want kids to completely take over my life. We were one and done by choice. It was either 0 or 1 for us. We had our one and that was it. I never wanted an extended kid-centric lifestyle. I enjoy free time, downtime, and money lol. My boy is 11 now and having one is a breeze. 53-hour labor ending with emergency C-section. Pelvis separated, 3M on crutches, nearly died after C-section, hellish sleep deprivation, followed by miscarriages and genetic news that sealed the decision to stop. Gestures vaguely at everything. I would have loved to have had more than one baby, but we were broke. Daycare is so expensive. Healthcare is so expensive. Clothes and activities and lessons and all the things are so expensive. Quitting after my first was 100% due to financial reasons. You sound like a responsible parent trying to make good decisions for your family at least. And that counts for a whole lot. Didn't get the help I expected from my other half. Plus kids are expensive. I've also been able to stay home for almost 2 years. Wouldn't be able to do that with a second. The first sentence is why I'm thinking of being one and done too. Edit, more like I didn't get the help I was promised I'd get. Pregnancy was perfect. Baby was healthy according to the GYN. Had traumatic birth that ended with an emergency C-section. Kid is now 12 and has multiple handicaps and won't ever be able to take part in society. She'll need lifelong care. Never again. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1,000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.